Xin chào mừng tất cả các em đến với chương trình tiếng Anh lớp 11. Các em vừa mới trải qua một mùa hè đầy thú vị và bổ ích cùng với những chuyến đi chơi với gia đình, những chuyến dã ngoại cùng bạn bè. Và đã đến lúc các em phải nói lời chào tạm biệt với mùa hè đầy thú vị và tuyệt vời của mình để bước vào năm học mới. Chúc các em có một năm học mới nhiều thành công như mong đợi. Để học tốt chương trình tiếng Anh lớp 11, các em cần phải chuẩn bị cho cô 2 quyển sách. 1. Sách học sinh lớp 11. 2. Sách bài tập tiếng Anh lớp 11. Các em chú ý, ở trang bìa 4 của quyển sách, các em sẽ có một thẻ cào để vào phần mềm IseeBooks. Nếu các em chưa có sách, các em hãy truy cập vào trang web www.iseebooks.vn để được hỗ trợ. Bây giờ, các em sẽ bước vào bài 1. Let's start with Unit 1, the generation gap. First period, getting started. And before we come to getting started, you must know the objective of getting started. Now, after studying about getting started, you must know about kinds of family like nuclear family or extended family. Know some problems between the generation in the family. Identify the compound nouns. And know how to use the modal verbs to give opinions, advice, and obligation. Now, I would like to ask you to give me some differences between you and your family. Now, you can see that in your family, there are some differences between you and your family, like lifestyle, entertainment, like music or films, fashion or ways of shopping, studying, jobs, career, and communication, and ways of thinking, values of life. Now, before that, I would like to provide you with new words. Extended family, gia đình đa thế hệ. Nuclear family, gia đình hạt nhân, nuclear family. Generation gap, khoảng cách giữa các thế hệ, generation gap. Table manners, cung cách, cách cư xử, table manners. Child care, việc chăm sóc con cái. Viewpoints, quan điểm. Conflict, xung đột. Footstep, dấu chân.
You mean they're getting started?
1. Listen and read.
Do you visit your grandparents every weekend?
Well, just my mum's parents, but I don't need to visit my other grandparents. You see, I live in a big house with my dad's parents and my uncle's family.
I see. You're part of an extended family then. You certainly have more fun than me. I live in a nuclear family with just my parents and my younger brother.
That's right. I think my parents are luckier than others because they don't have to worry about childcare. My sister and I also learn a lot of skills from my grandmother.
So, are there any problems between the generations in your family?
You mean a generation gap? Well, there are. My grandma has her own beliefs about things like hairstyles, appearance, and table manners. She thinks women must do all the housework, while my parents believe family members should share the chores.
What about your grandpa?
He is the most conservative person in my family. He thinks that I ought to get a job in a state-owned organisation after university. He says I should follow in his footsteps.
Oh, really? Do your parents share his viewpoints?
No, they don't. My parents are more open-minded. They just give us advice, but they never try to impose their decisions on us.
You mean there's no generation gap between you and your parents?
Well, sometimes conflicts do happen, but we sit together and discuss. We all think we need to understand each other better.
Lucky you. You must be so happy to have such a great relationship with your parents.
Thank you.
After listening and reading the conversation, we come to true or false statement. And you can use IseeBooks to do the exercise.
2. Read the conversation again. Are the following sentences true, T, or false, F?
Now, before we come to do true or false statement, you must skim the information from number 1 to number 5. 1. Sam is part of an extended family. 2. Anne is part of a nuclear family. 3. Anne's grandparents look after their grandchildren. 4. Anne's grandma thinks that all family members should share housework. 5. Anne's grandpa wants her to do the same job and things in life as he did. So, read again, but listen and read and find out the information. First one. As you can see, I live in a nuclear family with just my parents and my younger brother, so first one is false. Second, Anne is part of a nuclear family, so look at Sam. I see you're part of an extended family then, so number 2, false. 3. Anne's grandparents look after their grandchildren. And as you can see in the conversation, I think my parents are luckier than others because they don't have to worry about childcare. My parents, my sister and I also learned a lot of skills from my grandmother. So number 3 is true. 4. Anne's grandma thinks that all family members should share housework. So in the conversation, she thinks women must do all the housework, while my parents believe family members should share the chores. So number 4, false. And number 5, Anne's grandpa wants her to do the same job and things in life as he did. So in the conversation, you have the information. He thinks that I ought to get a job in a state-owned organization after university. He says I should follow in his footsteps. So number 5, true. Press on submit button. Now, let's move to activity 3. Complete the following definition using the highlighted compound nouns in the conversation.
3. Complete the following definitions using the highlighted compound nouns in the conversation.
Now skim on the information from number 1 to number 6 and 5, the words or compound nouns in the conversation to fill in the blank. Now the first one, A, is a family that consists of parents and children. So you can see that a nuclear family. So you time. Continue. The second is a care of children, especially while parents are at work. So you have a compound noun is a child care. And number 3, A, is a difference in attitudes or behavior between younger and older age groups which can cause a lack of understanding. So number 3 is that generation gap. Or number 4 are the rules of behavior that are typically accepted while people are eating at the table. So you have a compound noun, in this case, table manner. Number 5, A, is a person's opinion about a subject. So number 5 is viewpoint. And number 6, 8 is a big family that includes not only the parents and children, but also grandparents, uncles, aunts, and cousins, all living under the same roof. So number 6 is that extended family. Now, press on the submit button. Now we continue the next activity. Now find other compound nouns in the conversation. Use a dictionary to look up the meanings if necessary. And next activity, you can use IseeBooks to do.
4. Find other compound nouns in the conversation. Use the dictionary to look up their meanings if necessary.
Now this activity, you scan the information in the conversation and find out the compound noun. First one, as you can see, you have a grandparents. The second is that grandma, grandmother. Yes. Grandma, yes. Grandpa. Hairstyle. Have your hairstyle, yes. Housework. And footstep. Yeah, press on the submit. Let's move to the next activity. Read the conversation again and find verbs used to express duty, obligation, advice, or lack of obligation.
5. Read the conversation again and find verbs used to express duty, obligation, advice, or lack of obligation.
Scan the information in the conversation and find the verbs. Now first one, opinions and advice. You have some like should and ought to in positive and negative form. So you can type the information here. About duty and obligation, you have a must and have a to. Now, lack of obligation, we have a not, have to, or not need to. Yes. Now press on the submit button. Now we continue the final activity, question and answer. Now you must answer 2 questions. Are you part of a nuclear or an extended family? 2. What do you like or dislike about your type of family? It depends.
6. Work in pairs. Ask and answer the following questions.
Now, in this activity, you must answer 2 questions. First one, are you part of a nuclear or an extended family? And what do you like and dislike about your type of family? It depends. And you can press on Show Answers button. Yes, as you can see, you have some example about 2 questions. You've just finished getting started at Unit 1, the generation gap. At home, learn by heart always, prepare language, and in language, you will study about how to make a compound noun, pronunciation, and grammar. Remember to access IseeBooks to help you. Goodbye.